on? Welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 45 today. Should be a good one. Here's the goal for today. So you see in the top right, peak efficiency. That milestone, I want to get it done, which means we're going to do a lot of running around and kind of collecting these materials, but everything should be kind of up, right? So we have the diamond. We're at the diamond facility. I'm going to go over, because if you remember, we ended up at the diamond facility and we didn't have the shipping set up yet, but you can see our drones flying in right now. So we're going to go over that setup. I believe I have the second material. I forgot what it's called now, but the fixite trigon or whatever the heck it's called. We have that, and I have the facility basically like outlined and set up, and the math done to the point of where I think it should run at a good efficiency. So we should just have to plug that in, and then we got to get some aluminum, and we'll go pick up a bunch of iron sheets. So we'll be running around a little bit today, and but I think it's going to be a fun one. I'm not going to do the intro right away that I kind of usually do with the Q-Creant and all that. What I want to do is I'm going to go over the shipping part here, and then once we're done with that, I think we'll take the train home, and I'll just kind of talk and go through our usual intro while we're taking the train home. I feel that'll be nice and relaxing. So our diamonds, nothing changed. I do have diamonds and what is it called? I gotta remember the buttons now. We've been playing so much Icarus lately, which, by the way, check that out. That's been super fun. Time crystals. So diamonds and time crystals we now have getting shipped back home, and so we're gonna go over there and check that out next. But otherwise, you know, pretty much looks the same. Diamonds was kind of a fun setup, not too challenging. But if you missed that episode, that was the last episode where we got that all put together. Ow, my butt. Yeah, let's go hitch a ride on the train. Otherwise, no real other changes as far as these facilities go over here. They've been kind of doing what they're supposed to do, and it's been pretty fun. All right, come on, train. I was hoping you'd be somewhat over here. Well, you should be coming shortly. Let's see. So let's get going with some of the other stuff. So, like I said, I think peak efficiency, we're pretty well set to go. Next thing we're gonna... That's kind of weird. There's like a barrier there or something. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, well. Yeah, I think everything's pretty much ready to go. I'm really excited to see those newest belts, like what it all takes. Hopefully we're running kind of at a good rate to get those going. Oh, somebody had a really good point too, and I don't know if I forgot this or I knew it or whatnot. But if you look at the power poles, so like I know I've always been kind of going to like some of the larger power production things, but yeah, power poles show your. So thank you for that, and I guess all the other comments too. I mean, you guys have been awesome for this series, so it's been a lot of fun. What is this train doing? It's been a lot of fun, and the comments have been awesome. The continued support. I mean, we're on episode 45, and I think last episode, the Diamond Facility, you know, that did as far as our channel goes, that did really well. Nice and relaxing. Train, hurry up, please. It like must have just left as we were coming over here. And there it is. Oh, am I gonna cut all that out? Probably not. You know, it's a nice view. We went over the power pole thing. It's all good. All right, let's hitch a ride. Hitch a ride at least up to the next station, which I probably could be there by now. But you know what? I like riding this train. I don't know. I don't know why, but riding the trains in this game it's really fun. They're just so well done. Give me a little tea. All right, still got our... What is this? Oh, yeah, this is our nitric acid getting sent to our nuclear facility. Okay, bye. I still got to come down there. I was kind of looking at it. Because I need... What do I need? I think I need rocket fuel to get to the next level of ionized fuel. So I don't know if we're going to make a whole episode out of that. I might just kind of show it off once it's there, but... Maybe I'll do... I should at least do... Let's go from here. I should at least do some production stuff maybe with it, because... and like have it on camera. just to show kind of people like what they might need for it. It's not the easiest setup, that's for sure. Yeah, remember that old setup? That's our old crystal, which ooh. Am I moving crystal back? I don't think so. So I did do, and I know it was a long time ago. People had mentioned the we didn't do the Q-Crane. We'll do that while we're flying over there. People had mentioned kind of like having the belts, how they stack, and how you can have like stuff together. So I tried that out because we're gonna need stuff going that way, right? So we'll go over that on the way there. So before we do that though, Q-Creant, I feel like I'm getting into this stage now to where we've done a few and I can't remember what I've all done. So we're gonna do one, and I can't remember if I've already done this one. I'm sorry, but you know, I mean, I guess we have new people too, so it's like it's all good. But Q-Creant for today is, what would be a profession that you think would be, you know, like something you would do, but a profession that's kind of like a little different than what you would normally do. So for me, obviously, like I coach baseball, I've done military stuff, but for me, I think a cool profession. Which way are we going with this? Oh, I set it up that way. For me, a cool one would be the. I gotta go back and we'll start over here. A cool one would be I thought like a lighthouse keeper. Like, and I've actually kind of looked into it too because I think I'd be awesome at that job because you just gotta kind of like be by yourself a lot, right? And it makes sense. A lot of them have like electrical experience, and I don't. I'm not good with electrical at all, so I don't know. I think it would be cool though if I could learn. Maybe they just teach me the electrical part that I would need from that. You know, I think that would be awesome. But anyway, so that's Q-Grid for today. What would be like a kind of an off-brand or off, at least for you, like a profession that you think would be interesting that you could do, but it's not really like what you do now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I figured that kind of came up to my mind. So let me know. Let me know. All right. So here's what I did. So if you remember this was forever ago, but this is our SAM like intake. So I upgraded all of this because if you remember, and we're gonna go over there right now. But to make this fixite, we need SAM and Caterium. So we've got our SAM coming up here, and then what I did was I did a split. So it's split there, and then it's kind of running down this way. And I decided to just keep the supply lines kind of going through this like big area over here. It doesn't bother me. I could make them look a little better, and I think I might eventually, but for right now, I kind of like it. But so here's what I did, is I started the stack thing. And actually, I kind of like the way it turned out, right? So the way I did this is, so the SAM's got to go over there, right? That's where I set it up to where our Caterium is coming out, but we still need Caterium at the main plant. So the Caterium's kind of going with the SAM for a while, and then it's going to split off right here, and then it's going back, you know, back to the main base. But the SAM is coming over here. So we kind of did this like cool like double line. So the bottom one's going back to the main base, and then this SAM is actually coming out here to where the Caterium is. But I think that looks pretty clean. So like when I have a bunch of lines kind of in one area, I kind of like that stacked look. So I think, you know, I'm going to try to set that up. It looks a little cleaner than, you know, just what I was doing before. So I like that. So again, I know that was a comment from a long time ago, but thank you for that. So Caterium, here's where we're doing a the production. Oh, I did that down there too. The SAM was only like a Mark 1 miner. I think this one was too, but I upgraded this, and we need 2 shards in here. So I did all the math. 2 shards is what we need to get enough back home that we're using, and then also send enough over here. And then here's our big. And I think it's gonna work. I did all the math. It looks like everything should connect, so we'll see. But this fixite stuff, so we're gonna send fixite ingots there, and or the other way around. Maybe it's ingots there, and then the trigon things there. Let me see. How was I setting that up? Ingots, and then this thing should make the trigons. Yeah, so trigons will go in there, and then ingots will go in there. I don't know if we need ingots, but just in case. And I should have enough poles to power everything. But so here's the way this works, right? So for the ingots, we need the Caterium, and we need the SAM, right? And then the main kind of thing we need to get to is this, right? So this is going to make our fixed site ingots. So you can see I have 2 shards in here, because we can put in 90 of the animated SAM and 120 of the ingots, right? So that's why I have these constructors. So these constructors are pumping out 45 each of the SAM, which should make us that 90. All right, so our SAM should be pretty good, right? 45 goes into there to make the 90. And then that was 120, right? So these are pumping out 30 each. It takes 2 shards to do that. So 30, 60, 90, 120. And that should be perfect efficiency for this thinger. So now that is 30. And then this can use 15. So what I'm doing is we're just using a regular splitter. 30's coming out, 15 will go that way, 15 will come out the other way, and we're just going to store that. And I just have storage here for right now. Eventually we'll probably store this up there. But first I want to kind of make sure it works. Otherwise, these are just mergers, right? So these are going to be producing stuff. This being that 4's coming out of here, we got to merge it into there, and then that way it's creating one line into there. Otherwise, yeah, and then these are just obviously they're splitting it up, right? So we're doing all those lines. So if it's all correct, which I hope it is, let's see if we can get some of this going. We'll put you there. And again, I don't even have like floors and all of that, so it's a very basic setup, and we'll make it look nicer down the road if it works. All right, so what are we doing here? Let me come on over here. So these are gonna split into those. So we could do you there. You're gonna go, that's weird. All right. Yeah, and I guess it doesn't have to look nice, right? We're just kind of getting a bare bones set up. All right, so that should go there. And then I'll have 1 and 2. Okay, yep, so that looks like those are all filling up. Those are filling up. So now we should be able to get those going with the power. And let me do that one. Oh, man. What a fun series this has been. I've really liked this game. This game has been so fun. I didn't know how much I would like it. I figured I would, but I didn't know I would like it as much as I do. It definitely makes me want to play, and I've kind of looked up already, some of the the factory games. I'm gonna just connect everything while we're connecting stuff to see if there's more factory games that I think would be super fun. Because if they're as good as this one, or even as close to good as this one, I think that'd be a lot of fun. No. Nope. Let me see. So you are going there and there. Okay, so yep, that should be our SAM. So we'll get SAM going in there. Okay, and now we got all of our ingots coming out of here. So let's do... And then you two need to be merged. Okay. Going there as well, and then all of our ingots should be pumping in there. There we go. All right. So we're looking good so far. So we've got SAM, ingots. All right, that is looking solid. Now you are one of our new toys. Yep. All right. It's already pumping out the ingots. So now those go in there. And they're going to split into there and here. Okay. Yep, so we should be splitting ingots. Yep, okay, so we're going to just store some there. And you should be making trigons. Very nice. Alright, and that'll go in there. I don't like that belt. Not that it matters, but... Okay. Alright. Okay, so... let's let that work for... What should we do? Should we just do a cut and let that work for a minute, and that way I can pick up the materials we need? I can just sit up here, and then I gotta go... I guess there's like a phone call I'm supposed to make anyway, so I could do that and just let this sit. Let's do that. Let's do a quick cut. It'll be half a second for you, but then we should be able to pick up the materials we need from this, and then we'll go over and collect our time crystals. All right, I'll let this go for a little bit, and I'm back. I think it's the next day in the game. But yeah, we got plenty of this stuff now. I just basically let her go. So let's grab what we need. We'll keep the rest of that in there. We can go turn this in, and now we're gonna look at our time crystals. Kind of a nice little sunset. So again, like kind of like we've been doing before. So this is the diamond import. It is coming from the diamond export, as you can see. So not really any change. And then, the fuel's going in there like it does with all the other ones. It's coming out of there. It's going through a series of mergers to kind of keep it straight and add everything else into the line. And then here's where it's going to split off. And you can see we have our diamonds and our time crystals right here in the right output, which sends everything to our little storage facility from our imports. And I've got a bunch of diamonds and time crystals in there now, just because, obviously had to let the other thing go for a while, and these are kind of moving at a pretty good clip. So let's grab some more of them, and let's go turn some stuff in. So we are going to have to make a run over to, if you remember, we have that kind of that extra little facility over there. The, what are we calling them? Outposts, where we're doing, kind of to make stuff that we might need a little bit more of that I don't want to make here anymore, or like add to here because we're kind of like maxed out. So we're gonna run over there, but let's get all this stuff in there first. And I thought about, like, when I was thinking about the episode, it's like, do I want to just like grab stuff and then like do a cut and bring it back? I think I want to actually take everybody with me and go, because I feel like we're at a point now where it's just like it's nice to see where everything's coming from, like everything that's been put together to kind of, do what it's doing right now. So let's get these in there. All right. You can tell my inventory is a little weird right now, but all right. So now we need these aluminum sheets, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. So let's grab, and we need a little over 2,500. So this is what, 1,000. 2,000, and I'll take that many. The aluminum facility is still doing well over there. I haven't been there in a long time. I probably should go there and see if I can like make it slightly more efficient. All right, let's do that, and that keeps us with 2 stacks. That should be fine. Okay, so now last thing we need is those iron sheets. 10,000 iron sheets. I'm pretty sure. I think I still have those running. I might just have that stay set up, and I might just set up a what's it called? It's dark now, but I might just set up a, what the heck's it called? The sink. The let me get my coffee bag out here. I'll find it in a second. The awesome sink, yeah, with all that extra iron, because I'm like 99% sure those should be full by now, I would think. But yeah, if we sink them into a thing, for the coupons and whatnot, which should be easy to set up when we got a lot of space here. So let's take a look. See, oh yeah, plenty. That way, this can kind of stay set up, and I can do more iron stuff as needed. I'm not sure what the efficiency is back at the plant of all the iron stuff. I know it's, like, I looked at the screws and they're coming in slower, but they're making them fast still. It's just the belt is overworked. So So that's the deal with that. But let's see. Let's see how many I can grab of this. If I have to make extra trips, that's going to suck. So then what I'm going to do is... let's set up a sink. And we can probably just... do I want to do all of them, though? Or do I want to have some extra? I feel like for right now... maybe I'll do that. I'll do that later. I just want to make sure we have enough of these going right now. But the next time we come over there, you're probably going to see a sink, and you know, just all that stuff's going to get sunk into there for right now, until we determine what we need, and then obviously we can, you know, kind of go from there. Oh, little fly home. I don't have a I don't have a main cannon over there, so we'll just head on over here. Check out all of our buddies that are trying to kill us. I do that like every time on that hill. Alright, so what are we looking for? Just getting in these iron sheets. Yeah, that'll give us more coupons. I think I have quite a few coupons. Maybe we'll check that on the way back. I think we're looking pretty solid on those. But to get some of those like top cosmetic things, it's a lot. And I'm assuming for like, if you're gonna platinum this game, you got to get all those. We are at, nope, we need to check you. 227 coupons, so not too bad. But you can see we need a lot of points now to get those coupons. All right, where are we going? Oh, buddy, let me see. Oh, whoa, no way, was that just enough? That's awesome. If it was like slightly lower, I would have just grabbed some from here. But let me look at my inventory. I don't have like anything. Should we launch that and then do this? Let me grab some of the stuff quick. I'm so short on everything that it's like kind of bothering me. Like the cable, I'm not worried about that. Like we had like one cable on us. All right, I guess that's good enough. All right, let's do what we were gonna do here. All right, let's launch this baby. So peak efficiency, ready for launch. Oh man.
Milestone reached. After close scrutiny, 2 problems were identified in Mark V conveyor belts. The first was the belt part, so force fields have been implemented in the Mark VI instead, to maximize transfer speeds. The second problem is inefficient pioneers, but sadly no remedy is available for this severe impediment. Yet.
Nice. All right, so we should now have, let's see, what did that give? I know it gave us the belts, but let's take a look-see quick. Ooh, we'll actually be able to do that pretty soon, too. No, what's that? Neural quantum processor. Man, this one makes all sorts of weird stuff. Dark matter residue? Might be able to do that one next episode. I'm gonna have to look at the turbo motors and supercomputers. We're actually making those much slower than I want to, but hopefully this will help out. And then, yeah, so that's portals. The blueprint I'm not overly concerned about. I've yet to use the blueprints. Okay, so we've got Fixonium fuel. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got these. And then here's the Fixonium. And then Fixonium fuel rods. So this must be the one that doesn't have a waste product. So what do we make this in? Let's look. So recipes, and let's go Fixonium right there. Particle accelerator, of course. Oh. So we're gonna take plutonium waste, and we got to mix it with the cell and dark matter residue. Okay. But being that we skipped ahead, we don't have those. So dark matter residue is there. Singularity cell is here. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get there. So the nuclear thing's not happening yet, but I feel like next episode this will probably be pretty fun. Maybe even this episode. I don't know. Probably not though. I really want to get in these. So, okay, so the belt and the lift is basically the things that we can use right now with that. So let's see. Oh, look at it. It looks fancy. Ooh, nice. Okay, I was hoping it wasn't anything too crazy. The time crystals and the trigon things we're making quite a bit of. So I think let's go grab a bunch of those and put them in our inventory, and I want to juice up these belts. That is the goal. Luckily, we got everything fairly close by. Yeah, I think that's setup of the what's it called? The fixite ingots and trigons are. I think that's a pretty solid setup. So, all right, I don't know how much of this I'm going to take, so I'll take 1,000. Just take 1,000 of each. And not that one, but yeah, give me 1,000 of those. And let's go make us some fancy belts. I'm thinking, I don't think this belt needs it yet, but some more, what was that, cables? Feeding some cables up into the main line. All right, so we're gonna start with just the main line on our assembly plant here. This is the one that's really, right, we're really stressing. And I would say, do we need it up here? Where does it all start? I feel like these are still good. Yep, so we're moving there. So here's where, right, here's where it really gets going. So I think maybe just starting it there is where we'll start it. Yeah, I think that sounds fine. We'll mark 6. Okay, so if I upgrade... Oh, look at that. That looks fancy. So, yeah. Okay, so just need those two. Looks like it kind of thins it out. Oh, it makes it into like a space thing. That looks pretty cool. Holy cow. It's very glowy. Alright. So that goes to there. It's nighttime, so I'm getting a little bit of frame drop. I gotta figure out, that's something I gotta do too. I wonder if anybody knows. Does anybody have like some good light knowledge to like what lights they use? Alright, so now I'm thinking I'm gonna set all of these up to go fast. We're actually doing pretty solid. Like, we just used 100 of each right there, so this isn't going to be too taxing on us. Both these materials, I would say, we're pumping out at a pretty solid efficiency. All right, and then there. Holy cow, that really that really makes you go, man. Jesus. Oh, hold on. Gotta make sure we get all this. There we go. Zam. I mean, that's probably fine. This one will need to get upgraded. Man, we got the space belts now. These are pretty crazy looking. Holy cow. Does that go all the way around? I think it does, right? Yep. Alright. Oh yeah, look at all the stuff. It's still going slow. But it should be speeding up pretty quick here. That should be fine. Definitely got the sci-fi belts now. These belts look pretty crazy. Okay, so that's mainline stuff. Feeding into the mainline there should be fine. Not too worried about that yet. Right, and then our mainline going here. I'm just gonna do this one so that it looks the same. Main line coming up there. All right, and then yeah, I think the Mark V belts going into the machine should be perfectly fine. I can't imagine they're gonna be slowing down anytime soon. That's what, 720? Yeah, I don't think we're not making anything. Even, I think screws are the thing we're making the fastest, and that's 480. So, the 720 belts should be perfectly fine for all of them. Alright, it does look like we're cruising now. Man, these belts look pretty sick, though, on the outside, too. Should we feed it into there? Okay, I think that should be pretty solid. Yeah. Okay, so things are moving. I wonder what happens if you like color these. Can you color them? Let's color this one and see what it looks like. Oh, it doesn't really appear to change it too much. Oh, maybe it changed the belt color. Oh, it did. Ooh. So it does look like it takes kind of the secondary belt color. Which would be like that red. Let me test. Oh, yeah, look at that. There we go. We got the purple belt. Okay, so... is there any particular color belt we want? I mean, I think the blue one does look fine. That would be like a yellow. Make it green. Blue. We can make it pink. What's this dark one look like? Yeah, that looks okay. What if we just do this? That one just kind of gives it an orange hue. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. All right. We'll stay with that for now. I think that looks pretty cool. All right, so the belts are looking good. What is this? Did I accidentally... I think I accidentally zooped over some ramps. would be my guess there. All right. I do want to go check out... Let's see what we're looking at over here. I'm wondering if down... Well, I don't think so. Down below we shouldn't need any, like, extra stuff. So these go at a rate of 1,200 resources per minute. We are at... Oh, dang it. I should have put one of these up. Now it's got to freaking calibrate. I forgot when we did the belt upgrade, it takes that away. All right, I'm gonna let that calibrate just for a second, but I feel like that'll be, oh man, about what we're at. If we hit 1,200 with this, that's gonna make me sad because that's like the max level belt, which means we're gonna be running fast, but not like max efficiency. So, which, you know, it's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it, but so that means we probably have a bunch of aluminum in our inventory right now, don't we? Well, we got some back. Not too bad. All right, is there anything else I'm forgetting? I think all the main line looks pretty good. I'm not too worried about those. Those are still... I mean, I guess we could do them, but maybe I'll wait until we upgrade that part up there, which I feel like we can probably do pretty soon. Once we get all the tiers done for sure, but... All right, so... Ooh, man, look at that. Yeah, we are running... We are almost... Oh, man, look at that. Oh. So we are almost stressing out this belt to its max as well, which it keeps going up. We might be even. Makes me a little sad that we're... I mean, it's good, but at the same time, if we hit 1,200, that means and the thing is I don't know how to make this any faster. I've thought about, like, what we could do is a double line. If we did a double line over into here, and then we, like, the whole merging right here, though, would be kind of crappy and hard. And I think I know how I could do it. You'd basically have to merge it down to the next one. And then, but I think the belts are going to be too steep if I do that. So, maybe not, but... I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work too great. But you know what? We're not quite there though. So we're just under 1,200, which means this might actually be pretty good. Like once you get to this belt level, the whole sushi belt system might be okay. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we're running at about 1100. 1100 on average, it seems like. So that's pretty solid. I'll probably run through there and double check that later. Just to, I mean, but if we're getting 1100 there, we should be. I don't think I skipped anything. So I am happy with that. I think it looks pretty cool. Got the whole sci-fi belts going now. Now let's look at. Let's see here. Probably gonna put a little bit of this aluminum away real quick. And then what do we want to do next? I suppose we could start gathering resources for this. I don't want to bore everybody. But that was kind of like the main thing I wanted to get done today, and I didn't know we'd get it done so fast. But we still have, what do we got here? Oh, I didn't even mark that down. Idiot. I think it was 16 minutes. Yeah, 15. So we still got a little under half an episode left to do. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll look at the next stuff that we need. Right, I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think if there's anywhere else that we need this really fancy stuff for. Yeah, face. I really just wanted it on the main line. Maybe we'll upgrade like all of it to that eventually, and then just because it looks cool. But I don't know. All right, so let's throw some stuff in here. We already got that. We already got that. Now I need these. I have 2 and 3. So the turbo motors. So the nice thing now is that should speed up a lot of stuff, right? Because we were running our whole system at 780 resources a minute, and now we're 1200. So we're peaking on it, but we're maxing it out. But I feel like we're just barely maxing it out. But you know, that's like an extra. You know, between the 1200 to the 780, I mean, that's an extra, what, 420 resources a minute that we're getting into our line. So, pretty solid. I'm happy with that. That should really help speed up some of these items that have gotten. They're a little slower than I wanted. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let that run for a while, and that should give us a pretty good outlook on. Ooh. No, yeah, that's going pretty good. Okay, that's not full. It should give us a pretty good outlook on what I need to kind of keep getting in here. Yeah, so you can see like we're bringing in those copper sheets, but we're doing pretty good there. Oh, do I not have? Oh, okay. I'll have to do that again. I'll do that off camera. I gotta put up those things that tell me how fast everything's coming in here. Oh wait, never mind. I put them in there. Ah, just kidding. I'm dumb. So I hate how that. I wish this would kind of. Well, I mean, I know it's bringing in nothing now, so it's gonna constantly be going lower. But yeah, these are all still pretty low in certain parts. Well, this one's not being used, but. So hopefully that helps out, because we're running pretty slow on some of these. All right, let's see how we're doing though overall. Oh, I'm gonna be a little short there. 1, 2, 250 of those. Yeah, I'm gonna be short there. So yeah, that'll have to be a next episode thing. All right, now that means, what the heck should we do next? I might have to do a cut here, because I am actually kind of drawing a blank on what can we go do. We've set the stuff up. Yeah, because the motors and supercomputers are going to take me a minute. So I'll probably have that prepped for next episode. Should we go look at the fuel? I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Yeah, let's go look at the fuel. I think we got a little bit of time for that. So again, the idea of why I'm doing this is for here. For our last fuel type, we need 200 of the rocket fuel. Right, so we're probably not going to unlock this today, but I think we can go set up the... A very temporary thing to set up the rocket fuel, so that way we can see what we need for ionized fuel. I think that might be kind of cool. So give me a second. I will meet everybody. I'm going to grab a bunch of this stuff, and I will meet everybody over, what, the nitric acid facility, I guess, is where we're going to be doing this. So let's meet over there. I will get the materials, hopefully, that we need, and we should be ready to rock on that. All right. Let's get this party started. So I'm pretty close to... I went and... how we need 100 shards for that fuel. So I went around and collected a couple slugs and saw this bad boy over here. Oh, here we go.
I am curious about your first symphony now.
There are a few songs about the first temple. It was a vessel body, but we were still shallow. The void swallowed our music and gave only silent lines. We started weaving in lines, and we built many temples, and then we discovered the curves. We started growing blood and altars and new orchestras, and eventually the tapestry deepened.
I'm not sure I fully understand the mechanics of this yet,
Sad trombone.
but I'm sure I will soon enough.
Huh. If you're wondering where we're at, we're over here. So I kind of just showed you in relation to where the our facilities are. Ow. I think I saw a purple one over here. Yeah, we're going to run down there in a second. Just figured I would grab a couple of those, and then I was like, oh, Sloop, I'll start the footage. Maybe we'll get a little story bits there. I think we just got the old sad trombone. All right, so now... Oh, I think I see... Oh, I see one more slug right there. We'll pick that one up, and then let's get to the... Get onto the fuel. Oh, man. We're going to take some damage here. All right, be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick. Go, 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 stupid face. Oh, just getting ready to pop a little health in case I needed to. I think we're okay. We took care of anything down here already, so we should be good right here. But what we're going to do is we're just going to tap into our nitric acid. We're going to set up a blender. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. So here's our, right, like our nitric acid flowing through here. And this is, again, very temporary. So I'm just going to, you know, kind of like set this stuff up, and then once it makes what we need for the fuel, we'll probably, you know, we'll take her down. Let's see now. And then I think I need a packager to basically unpack my fuel. So we're gonna unpackage right. Let me look here. I gotta remember. So rocket fuel. Yeah, so we need turbo fuel and nitric acid. Okay, so I am going to first get these connected. What do I got for connections here? What are you? Oh, you got some oomph left in you. And these will just be temporary anyways. Okay, so we're gonna unpackage turbo fuel there. Very nice. Okay, and I know I'm doing this all manually, so it's gonna suck a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. And then I'm gonna tap into our nitric acid here, and I already got a little tap set up. Obviously, if I didn't, you know, you can add these in. But let's grab a little pipeline here. Again, we're just gonna delete this anyways after. So let me just go out of there. Doesn't need to be fancy. There we go. Okay. And no. Yes. Invalid placement. What? Why is that an invalid placement? Doesn't make any sense. What the heck? Well, that's super weird. But anyways. Alright, so we got some nitric acid flowing. And then I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye on this. I'm going to have to, like, babysit it, basically. should get some turbo fuel. Yep. Pumping in there. And it is going to make compacted coal. Compacted coal is actually kind of nice. If I could get nitric acid up to... I mean, I don't want to do it. I really want to get... Unless the next fuel type is, like, just stupid to make. You know, I might make some of this, because it's pretty easy. I would probably just sink the coal that's going to come out of here. Yeah. Alright, and then... oh, I'm going to have to repackage this, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, so then... one more packager. There. Definitely make this look a little better, but it's okay for now. Rocket fuel. Alright, and then we are going to package rocket fuel. I have some of those, and you need a little juice. Are you going to go that far? Probably not, huh? Oh, yeah, I guess you will. Alright. Look at that. We are making the juice. Our first rocket fuel. Oh, it actually goes pretty fast too. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. I do want like the best fuel for my jetpack just because. Maybe that'll make a fun episode. First we got to unlock it. I got to see what it all is going to take, and then maybe we'll make a decision. Do we want to, you know, do we want to make a facility that makes us fuel? Obviously, like right now, we're getting turbo fuel sent into us and at a pretty good rate, so we could export it if I needed to somewhere. But I don't know. It's really not needed, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. All right, let me see here. Okay. All right, how are we doing? I think what we'll do is I'll probably just bring everybody back once we do this. I gotta make sure. Is it? This isn't too bad. Okay. Like this stuff, I'm just gonna keep on me for right now. This extra crap. Yeah, I need that. Okay. Put some more in there. Yeah, except those, like, obviously, if those fill up, then we'll be no bueno. All right, I might shard this up a little bit to speed it up. I will bring everybody back once we have our rocket fuel. Probably what I'm going to do is just do as much as I can with the aluminum thingies that I brought. So I'll probably get, like, you know, like, what do we got right now? I'll probably fill these up. So 127, 227 more. I'll bring some rocket fuel back, and then I'll meet everybody back at the main plant, and we will finish up the episode by unlocking the best fuel and seeing if it's going to be feasible or not for us to make. All right, let's make some fuel, or unlock some fuel, I should say. Before I do that, we do have a bunch of slugs. Man, I'm going to have to really keep an eye out for these now. Because we're going to be going... This is 100 shards. And I am at 89 right now. So let's let the butcher shop work. That should only take a couple seconds. I'm probably just going to go sink some of this extra crap in the meantime. We make plenty of that. Yeah, I mean, I guess if this is the fuel we decide to go with, depending on what the next one looks like, you know, we could export this and, like, basically just set up what we just did. I would pretty much set up a little import-export drone thing there. I would tap into the nitric acid and then, you know, just make that fuel there. That'd be, I mean, it'd be an upgrade. We'll see what the next one is. Okay, what are we at? 97. Should have gotten way more than that. Let me make sure. I haven't looked at this in a while. Let me make sure the butcher shop... Oh, yeah, okay. I think it's just still processing. Make sure the butcher shop's up and running and working. Oh, yeah. We're good. If you didn't check this out, I'm not sure what episode it was. You'll have to look at the thumbnails. I'm sure I called it something with the butcher shop, but yeah, there we go. You can just put everything in there. All your meats and your slugs you put in there, and it just does the work for you. It's pretty awesome. There we go. All right, that'll give us 33 to work with still. I'll have to keep my eye out for some slugs. Keep those shards up in the inventory. All right, so now I think. Oh, I need to grab a hard drive too. I have a couple saved just for moments like this. Let me grab one of them. We haven't really done much with the hard drives, but probably will eventually, I guess. A couple of those alternate recipes look pretty solid. Okay, here we go. Ionized fuel. Let's see how terrible this will be to make.
Ionized fuel unlocked. The origin story of this extremely efficient type of fuel was so fascinating it resulted into a new joke. I will tell the most popular version. A cow, power slug, and rocket scientist walk into a bar. The rocket scientist wants a milkshake, and so transportation was forever changed. Any historical inaccuracies have been removed by the Fix-It Department of Historical Reinterpretation.
Nice, okay. Oh, yeah, dude. Good stuff. Let's see what we got here. Fuel. We'll finish up the episode by seeing if this is going to be possible or not. So it is going to take the aluminum stuff. Ionized fuel. All right, let's see. Let me look at that and expand this. So if we take rocket fuel and a power shard. Oh, isn't there synthetic power shards? Holy butts. So I mean, if we're gonna want to make this anyways, we're gonna need. Man, we're gonna need that. I mean, that would be like a thing where if I just don't know what to do for an episode or two, maybe we can do some of that. But isn't? Let me see. Could have swore somewhere in here there's like synthetic power shards. Am I wrong? It's not one of these things, is it? No, it's not that. What is this? Power matrix. I don't even know what that is. Nope. Nope. Oh, I should get that. Power slugs. Oh wait, is it this? Synthetic power shards. Ah, okay, okay. Huh? I think we just need some. What do I need for that? That crystal stuff. We might be able to do that. All right, power shards. Power shards. So I need. Is it this stuff? I think I need this stuff. We'll unlock this. I guess I could have just done it, added it to the to-do list, but maybe this will be a thing. Start research. Oh, buddy.
Research completed. Synthetic
Nice.
power shard recipe unlocked. Exchanging regular exercise and filtered fresh air with automation is just the kind of progress Fix-It likes to see.
Very nice, very nice. All right, let's take a look at that. How do we make those? Power shard. That's regular. Synthetic power shard. Holy crap, what is that? All right, so time crystal, dark matter crystal, quartz, and photonic matter. Okay, so a lot of that crap we don't have yet. But it might be something that we can get into. So if we can get into those, then I'm thinking... Right, because there's no way... Like, you basically need the synthetic ones for this, then. Because then we could make the rocket fuel over there. We could also export the power shards wherever those are from, and we could make ionized fuel. And then package it. That's the hard part, because then I got to get the aluminum crap over there, too. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think that might be fun to have ionized fuel, but I don't know. All right. Last thing here. I don't know how to change the fuel in this. Nope. Where is... Is there like a... Preferred fuel. There we go. Alright, so... Here's our... Coffee drink. Jetpack. So we're getting... About up to there. It's gonna hurt a little bit, probably. Oh god, that almost killed me. Son of a... Alright, let's just see... Well, I don't want to die for this, but let's go to our jetpack. God dang it. Stop doing that. And preferred fuel. Ionized fuel, rocket fuel. Alright. Do I have rocket fuel going? Take a sippy. Oh, that is much better. Alright. I'm not going to die, but I'm going to get it, like, mostly going. Oh, that's so much better. Just the rocket fuel is way better. Oh, okay, yeah, I think we got to do this. Don't die, don't die. Whew, all right, I almost died for science there. Oh man, okay. So that's good stuff. Yeah, look at the burst. The burst is pretty solid, so you can really like fly around. All right, maybe we'll have to get into some rocket fuel. We can make that for now, and then we could also get the shards over there. God, it's so much work. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it a little bit more. But yeah, I think we're gonna call this one here. So we're looking pretty. Holy crap, man! Yeah, you really fly with this thing. Jesus. We got a lot done. We went over the diamonds. We got our fixed site stuff set up, and we now have the best. Maybe that's what I should show. We now have the best conveyor belts in the game. Look at that. Almost peak proficiency, 11,99999. And there it is. So yeah, we got the best conveyor belts in the game. We set up rocket fuel. We unlocked ionized fuel. We'll see what we do with that. But it's been a lot of fun. Let me know any tips and tricks. You guys have been awesome so far with all those. So we'll keep her going. And I think next episode, quantum encoding is what we're going to unlock and see if we can do anything with that. But in the meantime, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Otherwise, all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard. And I will see you on the next one.